This is the Fingaz. We're going to talk about this episode of Syncrets To Success. For those who don't know, this is a podcast and I'm talking about sync licensing, music production, trailer music. And in this video, we're going to talk all about mastering plugins. People wonder, do you need to master your songs when you're getting into sync and trailers? And we'll talk about that. Before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel here on YouTube for more great videos like this and to check out stuff that I post, including music production tips and things like that. And then also, this episode of this podcast is sponsored by ASTS. Check the links in the description to check out ASTS, including a discount code where you can check out the products they make for us as music creators to create songs and stuff like that. They have some great samples and sounds and things like that. We're going to talk about mastering plugins. I have this idea that I'm working on. It's sort of like hip hop trailer vibes. I'll play a little bit of it, and then we're going to go over some mastering options. Before we get into that, should you master your songs for sync and for trailers? So I would say for sync licensing, your song has to stand up to the songs that are being licensed on these TV shows and movies and video games. And a lot of times those songs are mastered. So I'm not going to say you have to master them, but it does help to have them mastered, or at least have them be at the level and quality of the songs that they're already pitching. And a lot of times those songs are commercially released songs. So I'm going to go over some mastering plugins. And then for trailers, sometimes I get asked to send over unmastered stems. I might have to do like a master on the stereo track so that they can get an idea of what it will sound like when it's mastered. But then sometimes the trailer house or the production company will master the stems for submission. Sometimes I do submit the mastered if I'm going directly to a brief, sending tracks directly to a brief. So it just depends with trailers. So the plugins we're going to talk about today are going to be the God Particle, which technically is not a mastering plugin, but we'll talk about it. Ozone 11, which is comprehensive mastering plugin, and Master Plan by Music Hack, which also is a really comprehensive master plugin. And then I'll show you my master channel strip and how I master these tracks. First, let's start with the idea that I'm going to be working with. I'm just going to play this 30-second snippet here. So not mastered, as you can tell, it's like sort of like a little high energy hip hop / trailer type vibe. I call it a hip hop trailer track. You see I'm peaking over here at about -5, -4.9 to leave some headroom for the mastering options. So my mastering chain, as you can see here, I start with Gullfoss. I met the great team over at Sound Theory. I've been using Gullfoss for probably about a year now. This is on everything basically that I've released since I've had the plugin. I sometimes put it on individual channel strips also for processing the individual channel strips. They have Gullfoss Master, they have Gullfoss Live, which is great for live uses, and then they have just the Gullfoss plugin, which is great for your individual strips or individual stems and things. So I put this on the master plugin, not doing too much processing here, 10% recover and tame. I won't go over into what the plugin does itself, but learned some great tips from the great team at Sound Theory at NAMM last month, and they showed me some secrets and tips about the plugin. So I'm going to play this with this on and off. So really minimal processing. You see the waveform there. After that, I choose between these three. I'll go over that in a little bit. The end of my mastering chain is the Oxford Inflator from Sonox. I also talked to them at NAMM. These are the settings that I'm using on this particular track. I don't always use these settings exactly as is, but I'm going to turn this on and off. You will hear a boost, so maybe turn your volume down if you have your volume low when I turn this on. Here we go. So when I'm mastering, those are always at the top and bottom of my master channel strip. This adds a little bit more energy, especially for trailer tracks after I've created the track and after I've gone through the master bus processing. So let's go through our master plugins. We're going to start with the God Particle. And the great thing about a lot of these plugins, as you already heard, is that a lot of them are people that I met at NAMM or connected with at NAMM. So with the God Particle, Jason Joshua, shout out to him. I've known of him for, of course, forever. But I had a chance to speak with him at NAMM this year. I already had the God Particle when it came out, and I was using it already. This is technically marketed as a mixing plugin, as in you mix into it, and then you can still do master bus processing after. Usually I will turn off the limiter here because I do some master bus processing after. It does have a limiter built in, so you could use it for sort of mastering and things. So I'm just going to turn this on and off. We're going to play the track. So you hear some energy, bringing some energy coming in there. The goal is to get your sort of your volume levels to hit the middle of these green bars. The high, I can never really trigger the high frequency in this plugin, but the mids and lows, your goal is to get the green to be sort of in the middle there and not go too far left or be too far right. Same with here on the input level. And then output, I'm trying to balance the level so it's not, we don't think it's better because it's louder. So I'm going to play that again. So it's bringing some energy in, so I might go between that. And then ozone, this is what ozone is doing. I'm going to turn this off. With ozone, to me, you can hear, if you listen to sort of the mids and the high mids, it's really clearing up some of that energy there and bringing that up a little bit, taking out some of the muddy things in the low end. So I'm going to do that again. So you can hear it, if I could describe it, it almost is making it like a pristine type sound, if I could describe it that way. If someone is watching live, I don't have my other screen up. So if you're leaving comments, I don't have it set up to see the comments. So apologies if I miss your comments. Now we're going to go to the newest plugin I have. I won't go over ozone. I actually have a review on ozone coming on another YouTube channel. Hopefully they had that uploaded in a few days. I did that review a long time ago. But master plan. So this is the newest one that I got. Again, for ozone, I met the team at Isotope last year at NAMM in 2023, and with master plan, connected with the team, I think at NAMM this year. At least they reached out. Shout out to Music Marcom for reaching out to discuss master plan and sending a copy for me to review. So master plan, I think I did another post about master plan, but I'm going to show you how I would use it on this track and how I use it in general. And what's great about this is if you hover over, you see the description down here, it'll tell you what each of these knobs do in the master plan plugin. But I'm going to find a preset that I like for this track. So I'm happy with that. Again, you can really dial in some settings here. It is less different screens and things than you have with ozone, more direct with the knobs that you see here and the options here. You have the descriptions, of course, there that you can see what's going on the plugins. You can see what these options and knobs do. The color bars, like these lines here and the words, they actually are changing color. You can change that in the settings. Again, this won't be an overview of the whole master plan plugin, but what I will do is start going between the 3 options here. And then you also have the AI mastering from Logic. I'm not going to go over that today. I rarely use that. But you do have that version available if you have, I think, the latest version, or starting one of the latest versions of Logic Pro. You have the AI mastering built in. That might be another video for another day. So we're going to go through these 3 options. This is starting with the God particle. You'll see me. Let's see if I do. No, I won't do that. What I will do is side by side. And if I open up Ozone and we open up God particle, I might make this a decent size, and then we open up master plan. Okay, so I'm going to go through between all these different options, and you can decide which one you like the best. We'll start with the God particle. Which one do you like? Again, I'm going to play through now, one time through, and I'm just going to go between the 3 options, starting with master plan now. And you'll see when it's blue up here, that means it's triggered, and when it's blank, it's off. Personally, and I would say, before I say my option right now, based on the test I just did, drop in the comments what your choice would be right now based on what you heard, and before you hear my decision based on right now, because I want to see what you guys think sounds the best to your ears and to your system. Again, they all sound great. If I had to choose right now, drop your comments, hit send, upload it. Don't change it when I say mine. I would say master plan right now, based on what I'm hearing, sounded the best. Again, let me play through one more time to make sure. And what I'm hearing is, with the God particle, there are still a lot of low mids, and I would have liked a little more highs. With the ozone, there are a lot of highs, and you have a lot of options here to add more lows and mids and things like that. I didn't mind ozone. The master plan is sort of giving me the best of both of these to my ears right now. Again, this will all be shaped by your environment. If you're using headphones, if you're in a room, if the room is treated, the acoustic treatments of the room, that will all shape the decision that you make, and the comment that you put in the comments below. But right now, I would go with master plan if I had to choose and send out a master version of this track. I would not do two at once because that would just be too over processed. I would choose one. And this is the process that I go through when I'm finishing up a trailer track or finishing up a hip hop track or really anything that they need to have that mastered feel to it. Again, I have my Gold Foss at the top and Oxford at the bottom, and then I go between God Particle, Ozone, and Master Plan to decide which one would work best for this scenario. Again, you do have the Logic AI mastering if you use Logic Pro. I'm sure your DAW might also have some mastering channel strips. Even Logic itself has mastering channel strips. If you don't have the version that has the AI mastering, it does have some channel strip options you can choose in the settings there to master your track. So you do have those options also. But for me, I typically go through one of these three and do some processing there. Sometimes, I did say I don't do two. Sometimes I do mix into the God particle, and then I might turn the processing down a little bit and blend that with one of these. Very rarely, but the God particle is meant to be more of a mixing tool and not a mastering tool. So do keep that in mind. So yeah, one more playthrough and then you can make your final decisions. But for me, it was Master Plan. Let's see what it'll be in about 2 minutes. Yeah, I just like this track. Hopefully I can get some dope placements with it. So in Sync, if you are asked for mastered tracks, do check your DAW. If you don't have these plugins yet, do check your DAW. There might be some built-in processing. You can go look up some YouTube videos of people that might have created their own chains using stock plugins. But it does help if you want to have a little bit more premium mastering experience to get these options. So you could use the God particle. Again, great for mixing. It's also great on vocals. I do use it for mixing vocals into it. Then you can get the Ozone. I think they're up to 11. I don't know what version they're on now. 10, something like that. Oh, Ozone 11. Okay, hopefully they're on that version. And this isn't like a secret copy. And then Master Plan, they're at version 10, it looks like. So check out these three options, all great options. Again, if I had to choose right now and send this off to be, to an artist or to be sync or placed in sync or something, I would choose the Master Plan option, bookended by the Gold Foss and Oxford Inflator. This has been Marcus to Fingaz. Again, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. There will be more episodes coming on the Syncrets To Success podcast. Check out the links in the description where you can check out services I offer. I do offer trailerization services. I do have sample packs on my site, some royalty free that you can check out. I also have a Facebook group that you can join that's all about sync licensing. There's a great community there. We're getting close to 2,000 members there. And of course, there will be more videos reviewing plugins and things like that. So stay tuned for more. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right. Peace.